Hi everyone. So today we are going to see about an installation process for MySQL Workbench. So whenever you want to create any application which involves database management, it is very essential we need to install a database. If you are going to use MySQL database, then it is very good if you are going to install your MySQL Workbench. So that is what we are going to see in this video today. So now first let us see a website where you can download this particular installer. So I will be mentioning this particular URL in the description of the video also. You can take it from there. So it is better way that you are downloading the offline version, because online version might have little time delay when you are installing, because it will be downloading multiple files during installation. So it is better if you are going for a offline version. So the file size may be a little bit bigger, but it is better if you go for this offline version. So already I have downloaded it. So I'm going to use this particular offline version to show a quick demo on installation of MySQL Workbench. So now let us start our installation. Let me open this file. So now we have opened it. So it gives you some 5 types of installation. So if you want to install only MySQL server, you can go for this. That is, if you want only the server part. Or if you want to install a client tools like Workbench or CLI tools, you can go for client version. But here we are going for a developer version. The reason why we go for developer version is that developer version is inclusive of server, as well as it is an inclusive version of a client, so that you will have all your connectors basically for both .NET and Java. So that is why we are going for this developer version. Now let us choose this developer version and click next. Now to install your database, it will be choosing 2 directories. Number 1, it will be choosing an installation directory and a directory to store your data. So now I am going to leave everything as its default path. So I'm not going to change anything. So I'm okay with this path. So I'm going to click next. Now it says okay, you can just give a yes for it. Now to install MySQL, you need to also install your Visual Studio versions of 2015 or 17 or 19, any one. So if you're not having these things, don't worry. In the process, it will be installed automatically. So I'm just going to click next. So it shows the alert saying that it will be installing the required applications. So I'm okay with that. So let me click yes. So once I click yes, it will be installing all this set of softwares inside your machine. So using this only, we are going to connect to our database and we are going to execute all our queries. So this is a very important path server, which is the actual database, and other things are just some sample tools using which you can connect to that server. So I'm okay with all the things. So I'm going to execute the installation. So once you click installation, what it will do, it will be installing everything one by one. So it will have its own sequential process and everything will be installed one by one. This installation process might take little bit of time. So now I'm just pausing the video and then I will resume it once everything is completed. So now every part of our application is being installed. So now we'll go for the next part. So since we haven't have a Python setup in my machine, so this has got failed and others have been completed. So now let us go for the next page. So in the next page, we have to configure our MySQL server. That is, you need to create an initial root server, all those stuffs. So now I am going to initiate my server on port number 3307. The default port number of database is always 3306. Since already I have another database running in my machine, I am going to provide a different port number, that is 3307. So that is what I have given there. So let me go for the next step. And here every database will have a root password. So that is why it is asking me to provide a root password. Root is nothing but that is the highest level of user you can have in your database. So now you need to set an initial password for that. So for easy purpose and for development purpose, I'm just going to give password as a root password. and I'm going to check it whether this password is a strengthful password or not. Fine, so that is fine with that. Now let me go for the next page. Now it will install a MySQL service inside your Windows, so that whenever you restart your Windows, the MySQL server will be started from that service. So you need to provide a service, so that whenever you open services window in your Microsoft, you will be seeing your Microsoft service listing down as MySQL 8, which is representing your current installed MySQL version. So whenever you want to stop and start or restart your server, you can restart these services. Now let us go to the next page. Fine. So now we are going to execute it. So this will be the final step of our installation. Let us execute it. Fine, it is now finally trying to start the server. Now the server is successfully started. Let me click finish. Fine. So now let us just have a confirmation of whatever things we have done. Find the port number is 3036. So actually that is not the port number we have given. The port number we have given is 3307, and it is the root, and this is the root password. Host name is nothing but 127.0.0. So whenever you have everything on your own machine, you can use your localhost port IP address. Now let us test the connection. Fine, it is throwing some error. Let us start. Try to give the password again. Fine, let us see any issues we have. So I will just give localhost here. Okay, so what is the issues we have? Everything seems to be fine, proper. Let us just click and finish, and we'll try whether it is connecting or not. Fine, we will give a root password and we will try to check it. Okay, yeah, fine. Now it is getting connected successfully. So no issues on that. Now let us go to the next stage. Now we'll have the final stage. So it is just checking the initial setup, and it will just create some initial databases. That is what it is doing on the running script. So now the installation is done. So now let us do the final part. So now we are going to start our MySQL Workbench, and we are going to start the MySQL shell. So Workbench is nothing but it is a UI console where you can manage your database. So as I told, in my system, I already have a MySQL running, which is running on port number 3306. That is what this. So the shell is not required now. Let me close it. So now, as I told, we have two databases running. One is 3306 and one is 3307. So this is the one which we currently install. Let me click it and we'll connect to that database. So root user password is root. Let me click OK. So now it has connected. So now let me execute the first command, show databases. So this will just show what are the databases currently running in my MySQL server. So write your command, you will have a thunder icon so that you can execute it. So once the execution is done, you will get list of databases created. So these are just default databases created on your system by using those initial scripts on the installer part. So now I will close this workbench. I will also show you how to open the workbench from the starting. So once you have installed that, you can open your workbench anytime from your start window. Search MySQL Workbench. So it will come up in the suggestions. You can click open. Your workbench window will open. Then choose which is the instance you want to connect. So you can easily connect with that. So that is fine. Now you have one more methodology to open your MySQL. So you can just type MySQL. There is another thing called as command line client. So you will have a command prompt where you can try to connect with your database. So I'm going to choose it. Enter your root password one more time. So you will enter into your command prompt. So the most suggested way if you are going to start learning MySQL, I will suggest using this command prompt so that you will type each and every command by yourself, so that you will get familiar with MySQL queries and you will get more ideas about it. So you can learn MySQL by using the command line client. You can have verification using your workbench. So always try to learn the harder way so that whenever you go for a development, it will be very easy for you. Okay, fine. So now that is the all about the installation of MySQL. So thank you for watching the video. Hope I believe that everyone is able to install your MySQL by watching this video. So if you like this video, just give a like for us, and if you have any doubts, make a comment on it, or if you want to view any other installation, mention what is the software you need to install. I will create a demo on that also. And please subscribe to our channel so that you get a regular updates on all technical stuff. And also whenever you want to learn MySQL queries, don't worry, we'll be posting those videos also in our channel. So keep yourself subscribed and press the bell icon so that you'll get a regular updates on our videos. Thank you everyone once again. Bye.